Welcome back. This is part 2 of our series. We're gonna be doing exercises with some bands. If you travel or only have a backpack and you're looking to pack something with you, bands are a great option. The first series covered our upper body portion. This is gonna be covering our lower body and core portion. There are 3 different bands that you can kind of pick from. These are Rogue fitness bands. I recommend using the red one. If you don't have the red one, you can use the blue or the green one. The green one is about 1 inch thick, and these both are about 1/4 inch thick. The blue one's gonna have a little more thickness or resistance than the red, but I'm demonstrating everything with the red today. All right, if you guys are looking for bands, you can get them linked below as well. All right, so for the first exercise, we're actually going to step on the band. We're going to step with our one leg in first, pull it tight, some tension, step the other leg through. I'm going to have my feet between my hips and shoulders. Now, depending on how comfortable you feel in terms of pushing your legs out will dictate your space, not only for this movement, but also the next movement. We're going to bend at the hips and knees, place the band at the base of the neck, and we're going to start off with banded good mornings. So I have my mic right here. I'll adjust it so you guys can see, but the band is going to hang and support kind of right between our chest, inside of our shoulders. I personally like to grab right around there. Gives me the ability to release a little bit of tension and also support the band versus just having to be on my neck. So from a side profile, I'm going to hinge from my hips, small bend in my knees. I'm gonna get as low as I can. If you have very tight hamstrings or dealing with any sciatica issues, like I am, then you're gonna wanna have more of a generous bend in the knee. But if you aren't having any issues, then you're gonna wanna keep a slight bend in the knee and push more of the butt back, hinge over as much as you can. This is gonna tighten or strengthen, and also you're gonna tighten the hamstrings, but also your back. Your core is being utilized here to brace and avoid any rounding or flexion of the spine. So you're gonna go as low as you can, then you're gonna squeeze your butt, open your hips. I'll give you guys the rep scheme and sets here in a second, so stay tuned for that. That's the first exercise. Second exercise, you're gonna try to open your stance a little bit more if you can. Bring the hips and quads on the inside and keep your hands by your chest here. You're gonna push your knees out into the band as you squat. So hips are gonna go down as low as you can. A traditional squat is hip crease below the top of the thigh, but if that is difficult because your stance is more narrow because of the band, that's totally fine. You're gonna get as low as you can, knees on the inside pushing out, and then standing. Getting full range of motion on the way up, especially at the top position here, and getting as low as you can, whether that's hip crease below the top of the thigh or not, that's also fine. If you have a hard time getting to the bottom position, you could always sit to a bench or box, give yourself a target to sit to, and then stand up. Again, I'll give you guys the rep scheme in a second. After this, we're then gonna take the band off. We are then going to fold the band in half. I'm gonna step on it with one leg. We're gonna start with our left leg. I'm gonna place my foot in the middle of the band. Band is right around the arch of my foot. And then I'm gonna kickstand my back leg, so like a flamingo leg. I'm gonna give myself a little bit of support here. I'm not putting tons of weight, but I do have some weight to make sure I balance and am not off guard. From here, both hands are gonna grab the band, palms facing in. I'm gonna do a single leg banded deadlift. So think of a single leg deadlift, maybe you did with dumbbells or kettlebells, and we're just using the band as tension. Now, if you feel comfortable and you want more of a challenge, lift the back leg, a little more balance and stability here, but if you don't feel comfortable, keep that toe down. Then after that, we'll switch, same thing from a side profile so you guys can kind of see. I do have a bend in that knee. I'm hinging from the hip, maintaining that flat spine. I extended the hip, squeeze my butt, and return. The purpose of extending the hip and squeezing the butt is get the open joint. That's also going to allow you to use more musculature of your glutes, hamstring, as well as your back. So glutes, i.e. your butt, etc. So those are the exercises we're gonna be doing. First one was the banded good mornings. Second one was the banded squats. Third, 2 components, right? Single leg, banded deadlifts on one leg, then switch single leg banded deadlifts on the other side. Now this lax exercise, you're not gonna use the bands, you just put it to the side. You're gonna lay down on your back. You're gonna create a feet about hip width distance apart. You're creating an A-frame or triangle with your legs, hands down on the floor, palms facing down or up. You're gonna squeeze your butt, lift your hips, open your hips as much as you can, getting as high as you can, and then return back to the floor. For the rep scheme, we're gonna be doing 30-second segments for all movements. All right, so 30-second good mornings, 30-second squats, 30 seconds of the single leg deadlift on both legs, so 30 and then 30, and then 30 seconds of the glute bridges. You're then going to rest 30 seconds, and then you're gonna repeat this for a total of 3 rounds. Very similar to the workout that I did for my upper body. If you guys have ample time and you're not pressed for time, and you wanna do both these workouts together, you're more than welcome to. If you need to modify, instead of the 3 rounds, you could do 2 rounds if you need to do less rounds, or if you want more, you could do a total of 4 rounds. Now, the purpose of these interval workouts is to get as many reps as you can in the 30-second time frame, rest and then recover, and then see if you get the same amount of reps in the next following set. or round, right? So say for example, I got 15 deadlifts in the 30 seconds. I wanna see if I can get 15 deadlifts, 15, not deadlifts, good morning, excuse me. If I can do 15 good mornings the next round and the next round. So again, the goal here is consistency with our body, but also seeing if we can recover. If we can't get the same number of reps, that's totally fine. Maybe you need a little more rest to recover. Now, if you like these workouts, feel free to leave a comment below, share this with others. Hopefully it's helpful. If you guys have suggestions or things you want to see, I actually got this recommendation or this question from someone wanting to see more banded workouts. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Feel free to share this video. And if you want more and you want to challenge for 21 days, check out the link below. That is a 21-day fat loss challenge, but also going to give you daily tips, daily workouts, as well as meal plans and nutrition tips, and as well as sleep, everything else combined in 21 days. Feel free to check it out.